YouTube, how we doing? Past the prop back here yet again, coming at you guys with some MLB action on this 15 gamer. We got a full day of baseball, not the afternoon baseball we always talk about, but we got 15 games, every team in action, and we are ready to go. Join as always, Stu. How you doing? I saw it was your birthday this weekend. How'd it go?
It was a good weekend, no complaints. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got my ass kicked betting a little bit. Like UFC was brutal for me this weekend, and then it was just kind of chilling after that. But no, great weekend, can't complain. Just hanging out with the fellas, had a good time. So good little break. I didn't really bet too much MLB. Kept paid attention yesterday. I had like Logan Gilbert out. He was looking amazing. Then just got blown up out of nowhere. That kind of hurt, but. Yeah, pretty good weekend overall, and like you said, we got a great slate to talk about today.
Yeah, I've kind of given up on the outs props for him, just because he's been such a good strikeout pitcher that it's just like he gets deeper into these counts than I'd like. I know last year his strikeout rate was nowhere near 40. It was like 40% right now against righties. Like it's absurd. So I've only taken K's, luckily, because he has been since coming back from the injury been a little bit more hit or miss, but we get to talk about a good slate here today, and obviously coming off of a really nice winner, right? We had double winners here, what did we do for our birthday before we get into this?
No, I mean, nothing crazy, just hanging out, got some barbecue, had a good time. I did want to ask you a question, though, because I thought about watching Happy Gilmore 2. That was almost on the agenda. You watched it?
Yeah.
I'm curious your thoughts, because people are going insane both ways about it, and I'm very curious.
I mean, I liked it. I don't understand people who didn't. Bro, that movie was fucking 25 years ago.
Yeah.
What it was there for was to be funny, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good movie. I think they had 80 cameos, which was cool. You get all the big time people were in it. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never seen Bad Bunny's real face, so him being a main actor in it kind of fucked with me because I'm like, who the fuck is that? I know who it is. So I couldn't remember who it was. So I thought it was funny. I mean, you're going in there knowing that it's people that think Step Brothers was bad.
Yeah.
Could the plot have been an actual plot? Sure. That shit was funny, bro. Anchorman, no plot at all, but funny as hell. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing them to those movies, how funny it was, but it was good. I mean, I thought it was funny, and I've seen a lot of people ripping it, but I'm like, what did you expect? Did you just expect it? You can't when they try to do it and one up the original, dude. It's not gonna beat the original. The original was that much better. It was one of the best movies ever for a sports movie. It's goes down like that. So I thought it was great. I really liked it. I used to work in a movie theater in college, so I watch a lot of movies. Feel like I know what I'm kind of relatively talking about there, but I get why people didn't like it if you were expecting it to try to one up the first one.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, dude? You're not one upping that, dude. It's 30 years later. All these people are all the way out of it. So I guess if you were thinking like that, that's your own fault. I don't know really what you expect.
Yeah, no, that seems like the reasonable answer that I expect. That's honestly why I wanted to ask you, because you see people going crazy and it's what did you expect from this movie? It's clearly going to, like you said, be a movie that's trying to make you laugh. It's not trying to give you an Oscar-worthy, screenwriting performance or something like that. It's just a dumb movie to make people laugh, So I'm definitely going to check it out. Obviously, love the original. I mean, who doesn't? Especially if you're a sports fan. So I was just curious, I wanted to know what some reasonable people's opinion, because if you're just scrolling through Twitter, you just see the opposite ends of the spectrum, just going insane over it. I saw the reviews, I guess, were really bad from some people. I don't know. It's not really, I guess, a movie made to be reviewed, by someone that went to film school or some shit like that. It's like a fun movie, so I'm excited to check it out. I was just making sure that you had a good thought about it as well. I figured you would have seen it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I my wife wanted to watch fucking Bachelor in Paradise. I'm like, bro, it just came out. We ain't watching that shit. We ain't watching that shit. And I thought I was gonna lose the argument there because I went to the Brewer game and I went to the home run derby on Friday.
Yeah.
Your boy was the last pick. We had We had 6 of us there watching it. It was fantastic. We went and sat up in. They just put a new X Golf at Miller Park or American Family Field, and they have like spots where you can sit and watch the game. So we just sat there, bro. We had standing seats only because it was sold out for the home run derby. So we're like, fuck it, let's go try it. We sat up there the whole game. It was right. It felt like we were sitting in the box. It was awesome. And then we stayed for the home run derby. So I was there for fucking 5.5 hours. So I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to do it. And then I got the remote first, so I got it, and we got to watch it because I'm like, I got to, dude. That home run derby, though, I don't know why more teams don't do that shit, dude. That shit was electric. Like, that shit was electric factor. I know some of those dudes are like 45, and they were fucking out of breath by the second round. I'm like, God, these dudes are fucking done. But it was cool to see.
No, that looked like a good time. I haven't really heard of anyone doing something like that. But I saw your Twitter pictures too. I thought you were in a box. Like I thought you had like
I know. Wasn't that sick?
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah, no, it looked like a good time. I hope the Nats are too young to do something like that. I don't know if we actually I guess you could Adam Dunn.
I mean, you got Jason Worth.
That's true. That's true.
Like that's who it is. Like it was Corey Hart. I mean, he was early mid 2000s. Corey Hart, Bill Hall, like all those guys, 2008. Ben Sheets was there signing autographs, like all those guys, where you had to go through that shit, bro. Like that's why I enjoy it now because I've been through that fucking shit. I've been through the ringer. Those guys suck, bro. They had Giovanni Gallardo in the hitting. He was hitting, and that's our pitcher, bro. Like, and he hit 2 tanks, like absolute tanks, like Carlos Gomez. Like it was really cool. I'm sure people will now copy it and make that happen there. But it was awesome. It sold out. I bought tickets 2 days beforehand, and it was like there were no seats where you could get 4 of us in a row. So it was obviously doing something right. And then obviously I bought tickets because of course no one lets me know if they want to go to the Cubs game because it's Monday at 6:40, and they're like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to buy seats? So then I get fucking yelled at because I got some garbage seats tonight, but I'm in 300. I'll still be like, somewhat behind the plate. But yeah, it was these last couple of weeks they've been winning, so they've been selling out, and they've been getting sellouts even on Mondays now. So it should be pretty epic there.
I mean, yeah, when you got, one of the most promising young pitchers in the game, people are going to come out and watch that, it's not must-see TV, but pretty close if you're a baseball fan, That is the one thing you do take for granted, rooting for a shit team. Like, I can buy $5 tickets, and I can go and sit wherever the fuck I want in Nats Park, because half those seats are empty, like, every single day. Unless we're playing, like, the Phillies, pretty much, they travel, or maybe even the Mets, or the Orioles, like, it's going to be pretty empty right there, which means just buy a 300 ticket and just wander wherever you want to go.
Yeah, it's starting to get tough to do that. I used to be able to, but yeah, it's good. It was a cool one. Obviously, I lost, and then the next day I had my best bet, and fucking Yelich has been just fucking garbage. I might just take him 1-2 strikeouts every game now, like, and just bet his strikeout line because the dude's fucking ass. I told you, he goes through these hit and miss streaks. And guys, well, luckily we got Churio on the fucking roster. That dude's got like a 21 game hit streak, just hitting fucking tanks.
Yeah.
So, obviously that guy has been great. I will say, obviously your Nats. I got my Brewers there, but I will say if you're looking for like some, I don't know if they're going to give you too much value anymore because he's been really good. That Isaiah Collins, dude, he's been fucking good, and they're finally creeping him up in the order enough. He's batting like 6. Like 7, and he's been really good. So like, I'm assuming if you have like a juice spot and you want like a hit parlay or something, throw him in. He's probably like minus 150 or minus 140 to get a hit, but he's been really, really good lately. Just a guy that like no one's gonna pay attention to, but he's been really, really good. So maybe something to throw into one of those as well. So.
Yeah, no, I like the call. Definitely look out for that. For a while, it was Frelick. He was kind of free. Like they caught up eventually because he just has great like bat to ball skills. He gets on base,
Yeah, and he's like minus usually 130 or something for not to strike out. That's usually really good looks. Unfortunately, like since he's come back, he's been okay. Like he's been back for 3 games, so maybe wait a little bit. But just a thought. He doesn't strike out a ton, and in this day and age, that's tough to find. So. Let's take a look at the chat and we'll get rolling here, Sue. We got Professor T being first guy in there saying happy birthday there. What are you now, Sue? 25, 26?
24, baby. 24.
Oh, you good, man. Still can't rent a car.
Well, not legally.
Fun movie. Yep. And then we got, it was cool. I would definitely, they might have to wait another 25 years because that's why they did it, because it's been the American Family Field went up 25 years ago, so they brought back all the 25. So looking to the back of the Rangers offense picked it up lately. How would you do that? I would just take DeGrom to get the fucking win, dude. I think he's just been a fucking wizard. I love Texas, dude. I've been making a lot of money with Texas, bro. Shout out Wyatt Langford, finally starting to pick it up. It's been great, dude. He's been awesome. I have him in fantasy. He's been doing his thing. So obviously that being picked up along with Seager actually being fully healthy in there. They're a good team right now, man. They're fun to watch, and they've been on a heater. Them, the Brewers, and Miami are like the three hottest teams. Miami's been really fucking good lately. But let's talk a recap here. We got 20 of you guys in here. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get through a recap and we'll get it going.
Sounds good. Yeah, I had the hit parlay last time out. Machado was really good in that one. Caminaro made me sweat a little bit, but had a nice little bloop single in like the 8th inning or something and got the job done. So it was nice. Friday was a good day for me, and obviously getting that hit parlay there at the end was very clutch.
Yeah. And talk about sweaty. Mine was a little sweaty there. Kiter Montero under 3.5. He had 3. Hey, I don't know who needs to know this, bro, but the 19 of you guys in here, the Blue Jays are my favorite team in baseball outside the Brewers, bro. Every game. I took them against fucking Skubal, bro. I took them on under strikeouts against fucking Skubal. Got the shit done, bro. They had 5 strikeouts first time through the order. 2 the next 2 times through. Shout out to the fucking Blue Jays, man. These guys are fucking wizards. I can't say enough good things about them. I did bet them yesterday against Flaherty, and Flaherty just decided he was going to strike out everyone and then get blown up. So, so that was great. But hey, Blue Jays are all reliable right now, dude. They are. I want Blue Jays versus Randy Vasquez and see if they're going to give me a over 1.5. I'm about to fucking throw a 3-unit max on that bitch on the under 1.5 because I'd fucking do it. I would. I have to look up when he pitches. If he plays the Blue Jays, under 1.5 is getting a mega hammer, bro. Like, there is nothing holding me back because Randy gave me another 2 units this weekend. Getting 2 strikeouts first time through the order, didn't strike out another fucking dude the rest of the game. Shout out Randy Vasquez for being a homie and just sucking ass. So we got Springs, 4 hits allowed. He ended up giving up 4, had the best start of his fucking life. Yep. Still cashed this ticket. Still fucking cashed it. Shout out to Springs for doing that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the spring side of that was almost rough too, because I had I think what they were playing the Astros, right? Was that the matchup? I don't remember 100%. I had a batter in that game, and it was rough. It was a sweat right there. So either way, he got the job done, cashed the ticket. That's all that matters. But yeah, he was like 0 hits first time through the order or something.
Dude, Springs was like him and Sears, dude. They're just really like, what the fuck, dude? They're so hard to get right.
Yeah.
And I hate that they're pitching in this park too, because it's just like a cheat code, right? Because it's like you give a pop-up and that shit goes out. And it's annoying because it's the same thing with who was it? Tampa Stadium. Yeah. It's just like a hot box now. Everything just flies. So it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know what this means. You missed the Jays, dude.
I think you meant when you were talking about your favorite teams, possibly, but I don't know. Maybe
I was gonna say my favorite. Oh, there too, dude. There, right there. There, number 2.
I think at least, but
because I was gonna say Kiter for sure. Cash. I have the ticket, and they gave me money for it, so the money went through. So even if they did miss, they gave me money, so I don't give a shit. So sorry if you guys. Oh yeah. Oh for the hottest teams. Yeah. I mean. In my defense, I could give 2 fucks about the AL. I really don't look at the AL at all, honestly. I'm looking at all NL stuff just for the Brewers stuff. I don't really, look into teams that much. When you look at, like any teams that are against Brewers, they really care about, when it's coming down to NL, like NL wild card and all that. But Miami has been really, really good, dude. Like they've been awesome. I know I was talking about Texas because he brought it up, but yeah, they've been really good too. So I bring up the Jays every show. So I feel like I'm a stan already. I feel like that goes without saying that they're, hot when they're
okay.
Bring them up.
Before I move on, everyone is taking their Blue Jays like victory laps. I think best record in the league now or whatever. Do you think they're like gonna go all the way though? Like, do you see that in them? Because I don't. But
their bullpen is okay. Do I want to trust Chris Bassett going up against any of those AL? Because he's gonna be like what? They're two. Gausman then him.
Yeah. I mean, him Barrios. The nice little combo of unpredictable pitchers.
They need someone. Bro. Yeah. They need somebody. Like they don't have a dominant start. Like Gausman still has like what, a 4.5 ERA, dude. Like he's been okay. Like he has huge starts. Like he's a great DFS pitcher, dude. He's got really big outcomes, but I think they need a top of the line, dude. I don't know if they're going to move any of those high end prospects that they have, but offensively, if you want to get into a shootout, there's very little teams that I would want to be putting above them. Like I would take them over the Yankees lineup right now, dude. Like, that lineup is fucking good. Like the fact that they're just like Ernie Clement is now good here, bro. Like Addison Barger, like crazy, dude. That guy, he's on a fucking heater. The shitty part is now Kirk is on concussion protocol, which sucks because I bet him all the time. The dude's a fucking wizard. And can we give I know we give a lot of love out to Vladdy because he's obviously a fucking beast. But Bo Bichette, bro, holy fuck. What was he, 5 for 5 yesterday in a game against Jack Flaherty, who was one of the best righty-on-righty guys? Went 5 for 5 in that game yesterday. And he's batting over 300, I think. I had to check after yesterday. But, yeah, dude, he's no words, man. No words. They have so many dudes.
My only problem, I love Bo Bichette. My only problem, I don't know if I've seen that guy have a 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs prop all year. Like, I feel like it's 2.5 every time I look.
Well, you kind of have to now that he's batting 4. If he was still on the 1, sure. But you're putting him behind Vladdy, who gets walked as much as anyone I've ever seen. So, like, you're guaranteed a guy on base almost every time. I think in this little streak of, like, 7 games, Vladdy's on base has to be 5-something. Like, every time, dude, it's double and then he's walked. Or it's a single, then he's walked. Which just makes him hard to put into a lot of these hit parlays and stuff like that because he just gets walked at such a high clip. But, yeah, it was good. I feel like we're pretty good in this spot. It's we'll look at some of these other guys here. I gotta take my one last victory lap on my boy. I gotta take my mini victory lap on the Chicago White Sox, bro. Putting that boot to ass yesterday, or what was it, Friday, on Shota Imanaga, the chalk of the DFS slate. Oh my god, dude! I felt so good when I look at the thing and I'm like, because I didn't watch it, right? I was at the Brewer game on Friday. Then all of a sudden I look and I'm like, 12 hits. White Sox smacked them, dude. Absolutely smacked them around, dude. It was pretty incredible, dude. I felt great. I had the White Sox plus 1.5. I should have just taken the money line like I said to do on the show. I took the 1.5, and they beat that bad. I'm pretty sure they scored like 11 runs in that game. So I had to take my little mini victory lap. I know I didn't play it on the show, but I did say take it. We just ran out of time because I had to work. But today I don't have to head to work, so we got a little bit extra time, so I can shoot this shit a little longer today.
Yeah, no, that was great. I remember sitting here being like, at first, kind of on the fence. Then I'm like, no, I see where you're coming from. And then I saw you put it out in your chat later in the day. I was like, oh shit, we're actually going to the bank on this one, okay? And then I open up the ESPN app and it's fucking 11-0. I'm like, holy shit. You can't get much better than that on a dog that like nobody's betting as well.
I got a couple messages about you really gonna fade him in the first game of the series against the Cubs, bro. Every game is separate, bro. You can't look at like the whole year and look at them. White Sox have been beating the shit out of good pitchers, dude.
Yeah.
And that makes me worried because my boy Sanchez on the bump today, and I'm getting a little worried because he might get that ace against the White Sox tax, which is scary because they've been good against those guys.
Well, it's before the Marlins actually started playing good. We call them scrappy. You know what I mean? The White Sox are now in their scrappy phase. We're like, they're like dragging out at bats, making K's a little tougher. Like they're an annoying lineup right now, which you don't really want if you're doing like outs props or stuff like that. Or I don't know, even K's, if they're going to keep being scrappy like this. So I agree. Not a team I'm messing with right now either.
Yeah, so I guess the reason we can kind of go a little longer right now is because me and Stu will be talking about the same game. So for our best bet, what game is sticking out to you, Stu? Obviously, we'll try to stay away from the game we'll be talking about here in a second.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge freaking slate. There's a lot of spots I'm looking at right here. I mean, for betting too, I mean, we just talked about the Blue Jays. That Blue Jays Orioles game could be pretty good. Some Eflin unders, some Blue Jays batter prop, kind of over, stuff like that was definitely on my mind. I mean, obviously the one you're going to is going to be sick. I mean, you got one of the best games on deck as well. For me, I like the Mets Padres. Those are two teams I like to fade pitchers against a decent amount. Like I like walkovers for both of those teams, like strikeout unders for both of those teams. So seeing like Cease on the mound, probably going to get to some walk stuff with him, I think, today, even though it's a little more juiced. I'll probably use 2 as like a parlay piece, get a little bit on 3. So I'm surprisingly probably going to be tuned into that Mets Padres game. Probably have a couple bets in that one a little bit later as well.
Yeah, I really like that Mariners game tonight. Like, why are we only getting minus 120 on the fucking Mariners here? That's what's kind of making me nervous, dude. Because JP Sears went out there and shoved. But I talked about it on Friday as well, about the Mariners against, I think it was Mariners against Kikuchi on Thursday. And then I took the Mariners again in the next game. They're just so much better on the road, dude. They're just so much better offensively on the road. Now you get to go to a shit park.
Yeah.
The place is going to play so small. JP Sears still gives up barrels. I watched Luis Castillo, and this is the only reason I'm bringing it up is because Castillo's last start was against the Brewers. And the dude got dinked and dunked to death. Like, I send you those things about Brandon Pfaadt giving up 110 lineouts. Castillo was giving up like 58-mile-an-hour hits. And it was just dinks in here. The Brewers play small ball. They're stealing, and then they're hitting it behind where the second baseman is. Like, it was just clinic baseball. But again, he wasn't getting hit hard. So that's kind of where I see this. So I really like the Mariners today as a team. I don't know how I'm going to get there yet. There's different ways I want to play them against Sears, but I feel like this is a great spot because you go off here. You end up going off of a shit game yesterday. Everybody's down on him. Everybody's down on Castillo because he had a shit performance against the Brewers. Like I said, didn't give up a ton of hard contact. And then JP Sears just had a shove game. He looked awesome. Only went 5 innings. So I'm still getting a lot of bullpen. So I don't know, man. He went, 15 outs, had like 60 pitches. They pulled his ass. So, I mean, I would love the middle of that bullpen, bro. Because that was the best case scenario was what he did in that last game. He got pulled. So that's why you can't trust bad teams to do good things, bro.
You just gave me PTSD because I had Sears 15 and a half outs in that game.
I did see you post something about him, but I didn't see the play. I do remember seeing it.
15 and a half outs. He got pulled at fucking like 78 pitches or something. After he's like a little rough in the first inning, gave up a hit or 2, and then cruised for like 3-4 straight innings and then gets pulled. Yeah, that was frustrating because whatever. We don't have to dive into a fucking week-old start or whatever. But I'm curious. I just looked it up. What do you think the Cal Raleigh homer is at against JP Sears? It's on the same price on FanDuel and DraftKings. I'm curious.
190.
No, 150, baby. 150.
Yo, why are we not betting Randy? Randy should be like sub 300. Is he over 300?
I can check.
Dude. Yeah. My 2 biggest wins in DFS this past week have just been my Mariners stacks because Randy and Julio both hit tanks.
Randy's 285. You're not even getting 300 on Randy.
All right, never mind. I tried, guys. You guys wanted long shots. I tried there. Yeah. But yeah, dude, he's been fantastic. Both those guys. My biggest wins of this week, I had a 3-man stack of all 3 of them hitting bombs. Of course, I did parlay them because I'm stupid. I don't play same game parlays with homers. Like, that's crazy for me. But ended up having Julio hit a bomb on the same day as Rosarena. I think they did it twice, and I had them both as stacks, which has been great. So shout out to the Mariners. I know they got shoved on by Hendricks, but I didn't bet on that game outside of Gilbert anyway. So we are here. Stu, it's really nice because, again, and I feel like I say this all the time, is me and Stu do not talk about our plays before we come on the show. It's just nothing we just would never have. Don't want you – not that you would, but influence what I'm going to play either. So when we come on and we have the same, or not the same bet, but a bet in the same game, feels like a pretty good spot. So I'm going to kick it over to you, and then we'll get talking.
Sounds good. We got Kyle Stowers over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. You actually can get -115 on Bet365 as well. I believe MGM is like -120. Then DraftKings, obviously the biggest one, -125. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised. The guy, arguably one of the better heaters in the league right now, and
good, bro.
getting him at like a reasonable price point. And we talked about this. I bet on Stowers earlier in the year when he was on that first kind of big run. He's one of those guys that he's a little hot and cold. He's a young player. He still strikes out at a decent clip. He's getting better at it, obviously. But like you want him in like these hot streaks. And obviously over the last 14, the guy's hitting, or last 15, he's hitting 444, slugging over 600. I mean, hitting absolute bombs. When you just go to the advanced stats profile, it's been fucking awesome all year. Once again, outside of like the strikeouts, which are kind of a glaring weakness still that he's got to work on with some whiffs, some Ks for sure. 98th percentile barrel rate, 97th percentile expected slugging, still 88th percentile expected batting average as well, 95th xwOBA. I mean, the guy has a great underlying like batted ball profile. And for me, still, once again, the strikeouts are an issue. What I look for is I look for opposing pitchers that are really going to hit him with a fastball heavy diet. That's the preference, because I don't. He's good, actually pretty solid against some off speed pitches, but by far a decent amount of his pop, especially, but his damage this year has come against opposing four-seamers, against opposing sinkers, and that's exactly what we're getting in this matchup. Against left-handed batters, over 75% of the pitches are going to be either fastball, sinker, and then you got about like 25-30% like knuckle curve coming in, a little bit of slider, but the slider is normally for righties, not lefties, so he doesn't really throw that too much. When you look at Stowers' advanced stat like profile and you look at his breakdown in the pitch mix, great numbers. We got 275 average, 560 slugging against the four-seamer. We got 378 with a 510 slugging against the sinker. You don't have any data on the knuckle curve. It's not one of the options, but against the curveball, just in general this year, hitting 300 with the 700 slug. You don't want to freaking, leave a curveball over the plate against this guy. He's going to hit it 400 feet. Obviously, too, when you look at the home road splits, obviously more power on the road, better splits in general when you're not playing in that demonic ballpark with those huge outfield, fences out there, not fences, but it's a big ass ballpark. And if I were a power hitter, I would absolutely never want to play there. It'd be very much towards the bottom of my list. So you get the little added bump of being on the road here. For me, everything just lined up. It really jumped out to me when I'm scrolling through hits, runs, RBIs. I talked to you about this the other day. Every night before I go to bed, I'm looking at all the pitchers. I'm like, okay, who's our ground ball heavy guys? Who's throwing in the strike zone? Like, what are the mental lists that I want to attack, right? And you obviously get the Bo Bichette's. You go, okay, his total bases is -160. I'm not going to play that, And then scrolling down, I thought Stowers would probably be, with his recent form, with the heater, because once again, not just hitting bombs, but consistently getting on base, making contact, riding a little mini 8-game hit streak right now. He's doing everything, and the Marlins lineup has just progressively gotten better and better. I used it earlier. They're a scrappy team. They get on base. They make you work in counts. And I like this little chunk of the top of their lineup right now. I like the heater they're on. I like how well Stowers is hitting. I love a guy that obviously can drive himself in. The power has been very good, especially on the road. So 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I mean, pretty easy click. I'm not going to lie. There are a couple of spots I like today on the slate that I was debating. Always love, Framber against the Nationals. I was looking at some stuff there, but I mean, this one just jumped out to me. Great price, a guy that's on fire right now, good pitch splits, good matchup. It checked all the boxes for me. The thing I don't want with Stowers, I don't want a guy that's like a heavy strikeout threat. If you got some nasty off speed, he'll swing and miss, he'll whiff, but that's not the matchup here. You're going to get a lot of balls in the zone, and I'll definitely bet that at this price point.
The sell me twice. I'm going to be in that same game. I'm going to be rolling with Andre Payante under 17.5 outs at +110. Love the plus money. Again, I just continue to try and put as many plus money spots out as I can. This Marlins team is tough, man. I watched them go against Woodruff, and they put up really good at-bats. They just had really good fundamental at-bats. It really depends if this ump's going to give off the corners, because these guys just did not chase. Their chase rate is very, very good. If you want to look at some of these guys who just their in-zone contact rates are ridiculous. Just not striking out, really. Xavier Edwards, 90% in-zone contact. You have Liam Hicks 90%. I mean, so like Otto Lopez 88%. Like Otto Lopez has been fantastic. I know not many people talk about him. He's been awesome in the 3-hole there. His expected batting average, I'm pretty sure, is top 10% in the league. It's like 290, 291. Pretty crazy numbers. Obviously, Stowers is the best in this lineup, but like Augustine Ramirez, dude's been awesome. Has been amazing. This dude has been just really good to watch. And I know Piante's going to be out there just trying to initiate ground balls, but if you're still giving up hard contact on the ground balls, it doesn't really matter, right? So that's my biggest issue here is you got speed, right, with Edwards at the top, Jesus Sanchez, you got Stowers in their middle for some power there too. I just really have issues with Piante just not being able to get swing and miss. He has a 16% swing and miss on his four-seamer and a 12 on his sinker. I don't know how he's getting so much ground ball action here with that four-seamer being his primary pitch. But, hey, more power to you, I guess. The thing is it's still giving up 9 homers, right? I mean, it's not like he's living down there all the time. Anytime the ball's pretty much been in the air, he's giving up bombs. We talk about the batted ball breakdown, pull side in the air is at 12% this year, which is horrible. That is very, very bad. Like we're going to start to see, like I said, even more of these balls getting into the air and obviously giving up a lot of bombs here. So when you're a guy that is sinker heavy, you obviously don't usually try to give up less homers, but he's been giving up a lot of hard contact. His expected slugging on that four-seamer still at 515. And just really had issues, right? You have Miami in St. Louis. And also this Marlins team is very feisty when it comes down to, fouling stuff off, right? The reason I say that is you have Otto Lopez, 19% whiff rate. Liam Hicks, like I said, 16% whiff rate. Edwards, 10%. Sanoja, the 9-hitter, I believe his is 12%. Fortes, 16%. Right? Like, even Augustine Ramirez is at 25. Obviously, when you have a guy like Stowers who's hitting absolute tanks, yeah, his is like 33%. But that's a lot of dudes you're going to be fighting with in these long battles because he doesn't walk that many guys, which is why I usually like playing Piante for hits allowed as well. So I just think this is going to be a struggle spot for the Cardinals. I think this Miami team is still hot. I'm sure they're pissed about yesterday. They could have went for a sweep. Brewers were the hottest team in baseball. They took the first 2. They were up 1 in the 8th inning, gave up 1, and then lost on a walk-off. So still think this team is playing very well. Only struck out 6 times to Brandon Woodruff, who has been lights out since he's come back. And then obviously this is a huge step down from facing Freddie Peralta and Woodruff. And then now you get to face Piante. I think they're going to have a field day.
I like the look. As soon as you said it, I was pretty surprised there's actually plus money. It sounded like this one would be reasonable to be even money, minus 110 kind of prop, something like that. So I even see Professor T in the chat said you can get plus 125 over on Caesars. That's definitely even nicer, obviously, right there. But yeah, no, I like this spot a lot. I'm glad we're on the same page. Like you said, we didn't really talk it over, but I fully agree with you. They're going to make you work for it. It's going to be you gotta be in your spots because otherwise they're gonna punish you for it here. So I'm with it. I like the spot.
Awesome. Yeah, let me just make sure I put that in and track it. Gotta make sure I track all my stuff over there for pass the prop on these. But yeah, 125. I'll take that all day. And it's plus 120 on 125 on BetMGM, 118 on FanDuel. So I might just use the FanDuel one. I'll go plus 118 then. Just because I see FanDuel's offering it at that price as well. And that's a book that I can use there. So let's take a look. I see we have a chat in here from our boy T Swizz. What's up, guys? I took Dodgers game under 9 runs, Kansas City money line, and Astros game under 7.5. I hope this isn't parlayed, first off. I really hope it's not parlayed with some of these, but
probably
I don't mind that Dodgers game spot. I would just prefer you to bet Yamamoto. Like, if you're going to bet the under, I would rather just bet Yamamoto. My issue is like, if you're going to bet that, why wouldn't you just take Chase Burns, like, alternate strikeouts? You know what I'm saying? Like I guess that's just me thinking about it as, like, you're the way this happens, you're playing in Great American, right? You're playing with a team like the Dodgers that has a lot of pop. If it stays under, the Dodgers it's probably not an 8-0, right? I mean, you just assume that, but I just think that if this stays under, Burns and Yamamoto are both going crazy. Like Burns might get that double-digit strikeout. Like that's what I think about here because like that place, that ballpark, just I can never really bet pitchers there. But if you're going to bet an under already and you're thinking and you're leaning that way, I feel like that's the way you would want to do it versus getting screwed on some of these pop-ups that go out.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, like you said, tough ballpark. It obviously makes the number better. So I lean the under, but I'm not going to get there probably to the window. Burns' advanced stats profile is way better than just the ERA and everything shows. He's a young guy, but you probably expect some regression there. Kansas City money line scares the shit out of me too. I mean, I get it. It's an underdog, obviously, but like Rich Hill in the year 2025 on the mound is like, oh shit. Like, how did this even happen? Like, and I mean, I didn't watch his last start. I wanted to fade him, but I didn't really see any good prices. It went okay.
That was best case scenario. What do you do?
Yeah. I mean, he only had like one strikeout. Obviously got kind of lucked out, but I really, and Atlanta is a team I hate betting on. I mean, Atlanta, they're so hot and cold on offense at times, but like, I don't think I can be on the Rich Hill side all year. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I could bet a team if he's the starting pitcher. But it makes sense. I get generally, I guess, what you're looking at.
Yeah, and I don't mind the fade of Strider. I don't, but I think I'd rather take under strikeouts. I'd rather take his under outs. Like the Royals are feisty, man. They don't strike out, dude. I love betting them, even though they stink. They just don't strike out, and they do a good job of putting the ball in play. Strider's just been a little bit too inconsistent for me. I bet him a couple times on the show, but I've had to buy him down a decent bit because I just didn't want to trust him all the way to the top. Just an extra thing for me on that. But, yeah, it's just kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. Astros game under 7.5. That's Framber for sure, right? I believe Framber's the guy. And then Brad Lord.
Yeah.
He's a lefty, though, ain't he?
No.
Then I don't mind it. I always tell you, I don't trust that Astros team against non-lefties, obviously. So I don't mind the under there, but I don't know. Betting it under that low with a bullpen like the Nationals just scares me.
Well, not only that, Brad Lord only went 50 pitches. It's his only second start since the being stretched back out. He's likely not going over 60, like 70 max. So that means you're guaranteed half of the game being the Nats bullpen, which is like, oof, like that's talk about a sweat, that's a sweat. Honestly, similar logic, rather than betting the under, I'd rather just bet Framber like outs. And I know it's high as fuck. It's 18.5. But still, if you're assuming it's an under game, Framber's cruising, Nationals doing their usual soft contact ground out bullshit, like he's going to cruise. That's like a match made in heaven. The highest ground ball rate team in the league, the team with the least power in the league versus Framber. I mean, yeah. And James Wood can't hit shit right now since the home run derby, I mean, so their best player. Yeah, I'm going to be on Framber outs today. And I hate 18.5. I hate it. But just stylistically seems like such a great matchup. I just take the Washington part out of it, and not have to worry about that side. But I do kind of like Brad Lord. He'll be good for his 4 innings. He's scrappy,
This is my thing, too, and I know you said you hate the 18.5. It's the same thing. You can't really go higher unless it's like Brian Wu, like a guy who like is consistently done it. I think it's a great spot, 18.5. I'm already on Sanchez over 18.5. Like Framber's got a decent strikeout rate, but it's not elite, right? He just gets deep into ball games, and I'm sure they don't want to have that bullpen come in, right? So I don't know. I feel like 18.5 at plus money might be a spot too that I start looking at a little bit tougher too today because that's kind of I feel like it probably should be a little bit higher with how bad the Nationals have been lately.
Yeah, I agree. It's just brutal. When you got like one really good guy in your lineup and then he's not doing well, it's like, fuck. And even against lefties, the Nationals were starting Ahmed Rosario in the 3-hole. Like he was in the 3-hole or cleanup sometimes. And now we've traded him, which means Jose Tena is back in the big leagues. Like it's a ground ball shit show. That's what it is. So, and they don't make you work. Wood makes you work. Josh Bell kind of makes you work. Alex Call a little bit, but nobody in that lineup makes you work. There's, Luis Garcia is swinging every first pitch he can get. Like it's going to be ground out city tonight.
Love it. Let's get a quick recap in here, and we will get this thing rolling.
Sounds good. We got Kyle Stowers over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs at -125 over on DraftKings. Like I said, -115 on Bet365, and I think -120 on like MGM Caesars as well. So a lot of good options here. Riding with one of the hottest hitters in the league, baby. Let's go.
Yep, and I'll be fading on the other side as well. I'll be on Piante under 17.5 outs, +118. I know he's ground ball city. I know we're going to have a lot of that, but I don't know. I like this Miami spot. If you want to take the under strikeouts, I don't hate that as well. I just think he's going to get blown up today. I really do. So sign me up for Piante. Then Miami's been really sneaky in walk department as well. I know we talk about Piante not walking that many guys, but when you have a guy like this who you like need to eat up 6 innings, I could see a little bit more walks to get to the next guy. But been a big fan of this roster. Obviously, just watched them play 3 games. They look really good. So sign me up. Piante under 17.5 outs at +118. So you got any long shots today? We've been on here for 40 minutes. It's been a longer show than we had in a while. So anything else for the people today, or are you good?
Yeah, I don't have any, unfortunately. I mean, like I mostly been doing home run stuff, had some good success. I just think the prices are kind of shit right now. Like just across the board, guys that were like +800 or like +500. And because everyone's like home run parlaying everything, people don't care as much, I don't know. I need to find a new long shot market because I really haven't been betting almost any long shots in the MLB at all recently. And yeah, I'm not gonna force anything. You know what I mean? I love when we hit the long shots on the show, but for me, I'm just really not betting that much right now. I know you've got your like, unique kind of markets that it feels like only up like 3 times a week or twice a week or whatever. But in the batter per up stuff, I feel like the pricing isn't great. So I don't have anything for today, but I will have some props later, just good old regular props.
Yeah, no, I do not hate it at all. I think there's a couple spots today that are pretty good. Yeah, dude, there's a couple of these like top scoring team markets that I don't mind. And this is the only reason I bring this up is the Dodgers are second, right? And we just talked about that under. That kind of scares me a little bit, right? With the market giving the Dodgers that much love there. I'm taking that under 9 because I think the Dodgers can score 8. They're good. They're really good. But I don't mind the Mariners at 15-1, dude. 15-1. That's pretty. It's pretty healthy. It's a pretty healthy number there. I think that that spot, and then who did I just have against Sears, or not Sears? Oh Jesus! Now I'm losing people's names. That's bad, dude. I'm all over the place. Like I think if I have to pick today, I'd go with Rangers, and I'm gonna go with the Rangers and the Mariners. Those are 15 and 16-1. So I'm going to be playing those as my 2 long shots. Obviously, 0.2 units. I do that every time. 0.2 units on both. Rangers at 16-1. Winning team at +1600, and then I'm going to roll with Seattle at +1500 against Sears in a great ballpark. I think those two feel great at those prices. I feel like today we don't have Coors, so you don't have an extreme one, but like I don't want to trust the Braves. They're the favorite by like $3. I don't want to trust them. These guys have been ass, dude. They looked horrible yesterday. Jack Leiter made them look like all bitches, dude. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. They got wiped by him. So I know Rich Hill stinks, right? I know that, right? He's 45 years old, but I don't know. JP Sears pitching against this team on the road. Pretty scary spot here, dude. And I think that one, I almost wanted to play the Marlins, but they didn't give me enough. They gave me only a 20-1. I feel like these ones are a little bit more like I feel a lot better about those types of numbers higher.
Yeah, no, actually, I really like those looks, honestly. When you look at this whole slate together, I really like those looks. My only thing would be I just don't like this market when you got the full every team playing.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball, like you said, it takes one random position player, one shit like start, and it just spirals out of control. It's like the team you least expect or whatever. But in general, like I fully agree with these 2 picks you made. I love the looks. They're probably 2 of the highest team totals on the slate as well. So
I think they're 4th and 5th. Braves, I know for sure, are higher.
Jays, maybe.
Dodgers and Jays.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like, and the exact thing that you just talked about, I put that into perspective as well. I think Seattle wins this game. Minus 120. I feel like if they were minus 190, this is probably 13-1, right? Because you assume you get the bad end of the bullpen. Same thing with the Rangers. You got DeGrom, bro. You got DeGrom on the fucking mound in this spot. And I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, this is in LA, correct?
I believe so, but I'm not 100%.
That ball is going to be flying, and I'd rather be hitting off Jack piece of shitowitz than freaking DeGrom in this fucking park. So, both of them.
And yeah, just got called back up from the minor leagues. Yeah, it is in LA.
Oh god, maybe these got to be full units. I think they're gonna smash them, bro. They're gonna smash the shit out of that guy. That guy's so bad. He is so bad. It's ridiculously bad. So, yeah, I like both these spots quite a bit. And what is that? It's almost, I think about 3.5 units if we can get one of them. It'd be a big add to the show spot. So I feel good about both.
100%. You know I'm riding. You've been crushing these this year, man. I'm in. Let's go.
Let's do it. So we have Wednesday will be our next show here. Make sure you're following over on Twitter. Make sure you know when we're going live there. We got 15 of you guys in the chat. If you could hit that like button, I got to check where we're at for likes before we head out today. But anything else from you, Stu, before we pop out?
Yeah, just because my mentions are getting fucking blown up when I'm trying to retweet this because of a comment I made. Did you see the Class A suspension stuff as well? Bro, people are pissing me off on the internet with this stuff, especially Ortiz. People are posting like 3 clips of a guy throwing a ball in a 0-0 count and going like, this is clear proof of cheating. And listen, these guys might be cheating. You don't get suspended for a year, or not cheating, gambling, doing whatever. You don't get, looked into by all these bodies for nothing. I'm sure maybe some dumbass really is betting like micro niche in-game, like first pitch ball markets and getting caught like a dumbass. But I hate these guys. You're like a baseball guy, so I'm kind of curious your take. Like, do you think any of these videos of them just throwing wild pitches is like proof of anything?
No.
Because to me, that seems like insane bullshit. And it seems like using the guys getting in trouble, you're just going back and plugging in whatever you think could possibly be proof of that. Because I'm looking at these videos, I'm going, do y'all not watch fucking baseball? Guys throw balls into the ground 10 times a day, every fucking day. It's what happens when you're trying to throw 100 miles an hour against major league hitters. It's not fucking easy. Same with the sliders in the dirt. So yeah, it's fucking hard to grip a slider and throw a nasty fucking, million-inch vertical break slider in the MLB. So I don't know. You're an actual baseball guy. I'm curious if you had any thoughts on any of that stuff because it's pissing me off.
Yeah, no, I don't know who are you referring to, because I just pulled it up on my thing and it popped on my
tweet is the recent one, but
yeah,
they were
I just
found
found
about the Ortiz stuff too. Yeah,
and I don't know what side he's on because I'm reading it and it says like they're uncompetitive or whatever. I don't know if you're looking, but he faced Bobby Witt in one of those at bats and it bounced 10 feet in front of the plate. I don't know, and this is the thing, as a guy who that's like my job. I literally teach pitching. I hit, all this stuff. I don't believe any of this shit. Like, I think this is really dumb, to be honest. If people are making money off it, then sure. But you also got to remember, like, your first pitch, a lot of the times, like if I'm telling a pitcher to go in there, you start with a breaking ball. Because guess what? The first guy, he's probably getting up there trying to smack a fastball first pitch, right? Because you want to get ahead of the guy. Probably 75% of these guys coming in from – and watch it. Watch your next game. Next game you watch with these big league arms, and they come in out of the bullpen, 75%, I bet, throw a first pitch off-speed pitch. Because you don't want to come in there and just give up a nuke on your first pitch, and then you're just like, shit, we're behind the 8 ball, right? You'd rather go down 1-0 than deal with that. So I think that is dumb. I just saw the tweet, so I was I don't know if that was just like engagement farming or what, if he was just doing it just to do that or what side he's on. I didn't really read that deeply.
Fucking roasted by 10 follower guys in the mentions. Like, if people are saying I'm a fucking dumbass, like
are saying you are?
Yeah, because all I said was, quote, I feel like the sane explanation is that it's very hard to throw 100 miles an hour accurately. I don't know. To me, like, all these things, I'm like, I like 10 replies to me, paragraphs I'm on the show, so I haven't read any of them, but they don't look positive. I've seen dumbass a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, this is like my professional job. It is the ability for you to throw that hard, and these guys are moving at ridiculous rates. To throw 100 miles an hour, I know there's a lot more in the league right now, but it's not something easy to do, especially like a guy like Clase who's old. He's an older guy. And mind you, they're 100-mile-an-hour cutters. They're not fucking fastballs. So anybody saying that that's like proof of shit, like the one that looked bad was the one to Bobby Witt, and that dude spiked the shit out of that slider.
Mm-hmm. I'm
not getting beat by Bobby Witt. That team blows. I'm trying to throw the nastiest thing in the goddamn world too to their best player. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that they're going to be guys that probably have like a 12-year-old kid and they think that they know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm going to tell you right now that I won't really listen to any of that shit, man. Like, I'll put myself out there. I don't give a fuck. Like, it don't matter to me. I don't care. I like being on the island. But there's no way that the guys in your mentions have ever played high-level baseball and or coached high-level baseball. Because these dudes are freaks, absolute freaks. What they are doing, they make look so easy. That shit ain't easy, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, those people probably in your mentions, you get them to grab a ball and throw it from 60 feet, I bet you they probably ain't hitting 70. And if they do, that ball ain't even close to the plate. So it baffles me to think that you can go and the hardest thing to do is hit a baseball, right? You know how hard those fuckers got to work to get to 100 miles an hour, dude? Like, my high-level velo guys that I coach that are like low 90s, dude, that's full effort, full extent effort. And these guys just make it look easy. It's stupid. I really hope that, like, obviously I'm not trying to go on a rant, but now it just kind of pisses me off because you shouldn't be getting roasted for something that's true. Like, I don't know what side of Han's on. I saw his tweet and I know it went off or whatever. I know it went kind of viral or whatever. And I think I saw what he said after. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, dude. I don't think I just can't imagine that he's played high-level sports.
Yeah, no, Han's like, I got no problems with him. He was reasonable. My comments were like not inflammatory at all. I almost actually responded with, "Have you ever watched a fucking baseball game before?" I decided not to hit him with that. But it's all the random fucking other guys that have then come in. Like, I've just read some of them. They're actually way harsher than I thought they'd be. For me, not saying anything crazy. The last thing I want to say: could these guys be gambling and getting busted? 100%. Like, shit does not happen for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. That's their own dumbass fault for betting on, like, micro market, like, first pitch counts. I can't even – there's so much shit to bet on that you could rig. That's probably the dumbest thing possible because there's no liquidity in those markets. So if someone bets $50K on that, every regulator in the industry is going to look at that and go, what the fuck? You know, no one does that. It's abnormal. So, of course, it's going to grab your attention. But then to post – 3 pitches from Ortiz and then 10 pitches from Clase and be like, we got him, guys. This is it. This is the proof. It's like, this is not proof of shit. Like, this is insane. So that's my one problem. It's like, I feel like we're just jumping from here all the way to the other end for no fucking reason. But, you know.
And my last thing too here, Clase's not been bad. That's my other issue. Clase's been good. I haven't been fancy. This dude's been really good. I know he gave up a 3-run bomb against the Royals, and people are like, oh, this is why he fucking bet against himself. No, he didn't, dude. No, he fucking didn't. And guess what? That motherfucker went out on the mound a second time that day. That dude's a savage, dude. That guy went back out in the game 2 of the doubleheader and threw a 9-pitch, got himself out of it, and got a save on that one. So I think that's crazy. And my other one, too, is last thing for that is the Luis Ortiz one that people were saying, oh, he said, fuck, right after he threw – and that guy swung through, and he's like, why are you mad? Why are you mad? You struck him out. Bro, that was not a good pitch. That ball hit the dude's knees, but it was middle. Like, it was right down the middle. I'd be mad, too, because guess what? These guys aren't, like, just competing against the other guy. You're competing against the stuff that you're working on. And I'm assuming he was trying to bury that thing and not put it right there. So, like think about it, dude. Like, there's no way. You can't use that. You can't use that as, like, ooh, we got you. Why are you mad that you struck him out? No, he missed his spot. He didn't make the pitch that he wanted to make. And now you're thinking that that's the reason he's going to get called game. Like, it's so frustrating. This is like when I go to games and I have people who, like, think they know baseball sit in front of me or sit behind me and I can hear them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't want to get into what I do for a living. I don't want to get into that I bet and do this for a living. I don't want to get into that I literally train kids and college kids to pitch and hit. So, like, we're very, like, I can't let that get in there, but it happens a lot when I go to games, and it's just very, very frustrating for me to just kind of – and I'm sure it is for you when people start talking like, These guys have a really bad run defense. No, they give up two 200-yard rushers, and that killed their numbers. Like, it's just, oh, God, it's just the same thing. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm like, it's just very frustrating as a person that, like, works it, lives it, does it every day to hear stuff like this, because it would just go down an absolute rabbit hole of me just MFing people.
It's brutal. It's I get it more at sports bars and stuff where, oh, you get like, oh, that's so cool at football. And then they hit you with like the like, you know, like you said, like polar opposite of reality. Like, oh yeah, like the Seahawks, man, they've got like the best defense in the league this year. And you're like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, how did you, even if you just play like fantasy football once a week, how do you even get to a conclusion like that? You know, but it's way worse at like a baseball game, because then you're trapped hearing it for like the next 2.5 hours. Someone's like garbage takes on what's going on in front of them. Like, just they're watching something different. But that's, you know, that's your right. If you're paying for the ticket, you get to give whatever analysis you want, you know, no matter how crazy it is, you know?
Yeah. All right, well, we ranted at the beginning, we ranted at the end, but we haven't had a long one in a while because I've been really busy with work during the day. But yeah, it was nice to kind of get on here and pop on, and yeah, I'll be at the game tonight. Hopefully, we can get a win. Miz versus Matthew Boyd should be a really good game, really entertaining game, and hopefully we'll get some winners here soon. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. Make sure to follow over on Twitter. Make sure you know when we go live. Obviously, Wednesdays usually our fluid day, just depending on when the slate starts. So we'll let you know. But best of luck. Good luck on all your bets tonight. And we will see you guys Wednesday live for the next Pass the Prop. So have a good one, guys, and best of luck tonight.